Good day everyone, I am JG Paulas. So for today's video, we will be going to discuss about the legal basis and policies of special and inclusive education, specifically the 1987 Philippine Constitution, Article 14, Section 1 and 2, and Republic Act 10533 or the Enhanced Basic Education Act, including ALS and learners with special needs. Learning objectives recognize the legal basis in establishing special and inclusive education, analyze the relevance of the 1987 Philippine Constitution, Article 14, Section 1 and 2, and RA or Republic Act 10533 through constructing a graphic organizer, value the essential role of these legal bases in upholding the right to quality education for all citizens. Legal basis of special and inclusive education. So legal basis and policies of special and inclusive education encompass the laws, regulations, and guidelines that establish the framework for providing educational services to students with disabilities in an inclusive setting. They ensure equal access, support, and opportunities for learning, while promoting inclusive practices and upholding the rights of individuals with disabilities. So now, let us talk about the 1987 Philippine Constitution. So what is the 1987 Philippine Constitution? It is the supreme law of the Philippines, establishing the democratic and republican form of the government in the country. It contains various sections, including the preamble, the Bill of Rights, the principles, and the state policies of the nation. Article given is the 1987, the Philippine Constitution, Article 14, which states that education, science, and technology, arts, culture, and sports. So the Article 14, Section 1 states that the state shall protect and promote the right of all citizens to quality education at all levels, and shall take appropriate steps to make such education accessible to all. Section 1 of the Philippine Constitution clearly emphasizes the importance of education and highlights the government's role in safeguarding and promoting the right to quality education for all citizens. Section 2, the state shall first establish, maintain, and support a complete, adequate, and integrated system of education relevant to the needs of the people and the society. The state shall establish and maintain a system of free public education in the elementary and high school levels, without limiting the natural rights of parents to rear their children. Elementary education is compulsory for all children of school age. So this section of the Constitution states that the government has the responsibility to create and sustain a system of free public education for elementary and high school students, while it recognizes the natural rights of parents to raise their children. It also mandates that elementary education is mandatory for all children of school age. This ensures that every child has access to basic education regardless of their background or circumstances. In 3, establish and maintain a system of scholarship grants, student loan programs, subsidies, and other incentives which shall be available to deserving students in both public and private schools, especially to the underprivileged. This section of the Constitution mandates the establishment and maintenance of the system of scholarship grants, student loan programs, subsidies, and other incentives for deserving students in both public and private schools. These programs are specially geared towards supporting underprivileged students. The aim is to provide quality or equal opportunities for education and reduce barriers based on socio-economic status. The state shall encourage non-formal, informal, and indigenous learning systems, as well as self-learning, independent, and out-of-school study programs, particularly those that respond to community needs. And this section of the Constitution encourages the development support of non-formal, informal, and indigenous learning systems, as well as self-learning and out-of-school study programs. The goal is to address the unique needs of communities and provide opportunities for lifelong learning beyond traditional formal education. The state shall provide adult citizens, the disabled, and out of school youth with training in civics, vocational efficiency, and other skills. So now we will be going to discuss about the Republic Act 10533, or which is known as Enhanced Basic Education Act, including ALS and learners with special needs. So what is RA 10533? So this is an act enhancing the Philippine basic education system by strengthening its curriculum and increasing the number of years for basic education, appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes. This was approved by Benigno Aquino III on May 15, 2013, and which took effect on June following 2013. The Department of Education, the Commission on Higher Education, and Technical Education and Skills Development Authority or TESDA hereby issue the following rules and regulations to implement the provisions of the Act. The Enhanced Basic Education Act establishes the Enhanced Basic Education Program, which exposes the following objectives. First, give or every student an opportunity to receive quality education. Second, broaden the goals of high school education. Third, make education learner-oriented and responsive to the needs, cognitive and cultural capacity, the circumstances and diversity of learners, schools, and committees through the appropriate languages of teaching and learning, including the mother tongue as a learner resource, which we can see in the section 2. This act paves a way to the transition of basic education to enhanced basic education. Basic education refers to the meet the basic learning needs which provides the foundation on which subsequent learning can be based. In basic education, we have kindergarten, elementary, secondary, ALS or out of school youth learners and with special needs. So, in enhanced basic education, we have 1 year kindergarten education, at least 5 years old, 6 years elementary education, approximately 6 years old, 6 years of secondary education, which is 4 years junior high school, and 2 years senior high school. Inclusiveness of enhanced basic education. So these are the programs. First is programs for gifted and talented, programs for learners with disabilities, madrasa program, indigenous peoples education program for learners under different circumstances. Next, we have the curriculum development. DepEd shall formulate the design and details of the enhanced basic education curriculum. DepEd shall work with the CHED and TESDA to craft harmonized basic, tertiary, and technical vocational education curricula for Filipino graduates. DepEd shall undertake consultations with other national government agencies and other stakeholders. The DepEd shall adhere to the following standards and principles in developing the enhanced basic education curriculum. First, we have learner-centered, inclusive, and developmentally appropriate, relevant, responsive, and research-based, culture-sensitive, contextualized, and localized, and global. Uses spiral progression approach for mastery. Sayop. Uses spiral progression approach for mastery of knowledge and skills, uses constructivist, inquiry-based, reflective, collaborative, and integrate approaches, adheres the framework of MTB to MLE. DepEd in coordination of CHED, DOLE, and TESDA shall regularly conduct career advocacy activities for secondary level students to properly guide the students in choosing the right tracks that they intend to pursue. RA 10533 also ensures varied forms of assistance. We have voucher system, educational service contracting, management contract, forms of assistance under RA 8645, and other forms of consistent with the principle of public-private partnership. And lastly, we have the transitory provisions. Changes in the physical infrastructure, manpower, organizational and structural concerns, bridging models linking grade and competencies and the entry requirements of new tertiary curricula, partnership between the government and other entities. I hope you gained something from this video and thank you so much for watching and have a good day.